Howdy, XCFL. It is XCFL primetime action. It's the playoffs. It's your boy Regan and Jared back with me in the booth. Jared, what's up, bud? Yeah, it's tough, man. Words are hard.
I had a lot of things to say right there. Like I was gonna go with fuck Nick. Uh, I hate Nick, but you made me come out this way, so here we are.
Nice. Well, this is gonna be a good game, though, man. We saw a killer defensive battle with the Patriots and Browns. What do you think we're gonna see here from this Carolina Panthers Washington Redskins game?
I think it's gonna be very similar. Both got good defenses. Montez Sweat's a monster. I think it's gonna be very similar to the last game.
Good deal. I'm going to be turning up the crowd noise a little bit so we can get some of that nice little background ambiance. It appears Jack kind of ran in here without setting his depth chart before, so.
Been there.
Yes, the NFC Championship, and the coach is like, I don't like this. We're scrapping it all. It's like, Coach, the offense is about to run on the field. No, I don't care. Scrap it. We're going with this guy. It's great.
It's when somebody gets injured and comes back, and it messes up your entire depth chart. That pisses me off. Just put them back in the same spot.
It does suck, but it doesn't. It is really dumb.
So I think the key to this game is, can Montez Sweat get to Kyler Murray before those two stud receivers get open? I think that's the biggest key to this game, is if he can get there, then I don't think Brian stands much of a chance.
Yeah, Montez Sweat has been playing out of his mind this game. We'll see if he can make a big difference in this one. We got Kyler Murray coming out under center. He's got Le'Veon Bell going right for a gain of about 2 yards.
And I think that was a good pickup in the season for the Panthers to go ahead and grab him too. It gives you a 1-2 punch with two massive running backs in the backfield. Big superstar X factors.
Yeah, to have the power of Le'Veon Bell, and then you have the speed and shiftiness of the one and only Christian McCaffrey. It's quite a combination.
So what Brian has to avoid is putting Le'Veon Bell out there in every pass situation or every run situation, and McCaffrey in every pass situation. It makes it very easy to determine what you were doing. And I didn't realize that until like the third quarter of our game when we played in like the week 3. After I realized that, then I was able to slow down his offense.
Interesting. It's interesting to consider those parts of the game. You got a big pass out to Curtis Samuel. Yeah, he's got a 1-2 punch at receiver and a 1-2 punch at running back. It's kind of unlike really anything we see in the league right now. I think most guys either have heavy offense or heavy passing or heavy running or a little bit of both. But this guy's got two bona fide studs at running back and halfback.
Yeah, Brian's got a lot of shit for the moves that he's made. And honestly, I was one of those people that kind of questioned a couple of things that he did. But by God, he's made it work, so you can't really question much more of his decision.
That's true. He's here in the NFC Championship. We got Kyler Murray looking to pass, and he's got his man McLaurin, another one that he got actually started in Washington. So he returns to Washington for this game. McLaurin bounced around. He went from Washington to L.A., and then L.A. to the Carolina Panthers this last offseason. He's that third receiver, plays kind of in the slot for this Carolina Panthers team.
And it's a good third person for the two that he has. It's a little bit bigger of a receiver, but it gives him a little bit more of the inside threat that can catch in traffic.
We got a little wildcat action here. Curtis Samuel looking left. Oh, he's got the edge. Looks like a big run, and he almost breaks the last tackle, but he's brought down. That's Artemis Zellner, who got picked up in the draft of 2 years ago. Makes a big tackle, saves a touchdown.
Play calling kind of keeping Jack on his toes. I like it.
You definitely have to do that against one of our better defensive users in the XCFL.
Yeah, and he's one of the ones that you fear using middle linebacker. A lot of the people, if they're using middle linebacker, that's who I attack. But when Jack has them, you know they're going to be fast, and you know they're like 6'7". So it makes it a little bit more difficult to throw it over the middle.
They're tall, fast, they can hit. He's one of our better users in the XCFL for sure when it comes to the linebacker.
I agree.
Kyler Murray.
But then you got Brian on the other side, who is really efficient on offense. Kyler Murray was 75% completion on the season, very few interceptions. So when it comes down to it, this is a big deciding factor on whose defense can stop more. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Kirk Cousins. I used him last year. He had a good season last year, but again, regression hit. So if Brian can get up, I don't know if Jack's able to get back.
That's a huge tackle. You know, I agree, because that's the thing. I think that'll be the most important thing in this game, will be when Brian is on defense and Jack is on offense. Because Jack's not really an offensive user, Brian's not really a defensive user. So we're going to see that'll be kind of the linchpin, I think, of this game.
Yeah, and when it comes to strength versus strength, Carolina marched it down Jack's throat right there. It was a great play call. He saw the 4-6 blitz and just threw an easy hitch rat into the end zone. Big opening drive by Carolina.
We're going to see one of the best running backs in the XCFL. Actually, I think he might have been the leading rusher this year, was Darius Geis. He was a monster in Madden 19. And sure enough, he's just as good here in Madden 20. He's got
either one or two. I knew that.
He has an interesting X factor. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's bulldozer. I'm pretty sure that's what his X factor is.
Working one I was talking about earlier.
Bulldozer. Yeah, the truck. So he gets the more powerful truck animations.
Yeah, that's seen break 3 different tackles in one run.
Nice swat by Hassan Reddick coming out in the Luke Kuechly trade with Arizona. That's one we kind of questioned, but Hassan Reddick's had a hell of a season. And I'm sure Brian, with Kyler Murray going to Superstar last offseason, he was pretty happy with the results of the trade. You know, he got Kyler Murray, went to Superstar, like I said, and he got Hassan Reddick in the deal plus a first round. So Brian didn't really make out too badly when he traded away Luke Kuechly. At the time, it was a little questionable. And Cam Newton, yeah. So the argument can still be made.
Can we go ahead and decide that Brent is trash since he couldn't get Kyler Murray to work? Is that a thing?
Ooh.
Can we just go ahead and do that?
I don't know, man. That'd be an interesting debate in chat. Who is a better user? If Brent can't even get Kyler Murray to work, that hurts. We got it's part of it too was he did have like a season-ending injury, and then he was out for like half of the next season. So it was like that really hurt. That was tough.
His season-ending injury was against me, his rookie year, and he would have won Rookie of the Year, but I put him out. So I do kind of feel bad. Not really, but you know.
Jared's a savage. He's a headhunter taking dudes out. We got
it allowed Dwayne Haskins to get Rookie of the Year, and now Sean has Dwayne Haskins. So all in all, that sucks.
It's also funny that Kirk Cousins is who's starting for these Washington Redskins. His career kind of comes full circle. It started in Washington, and now it ends in Washington.
So it wasn't bad last year for me. He really wasn't. But for what he was asking for, it wasn't worth signing. Jack picks him up and has a great season with him. It doesn't shock me, but that throw right there is exactly why I didn't re-sign him.
Yeah, that hurts. That's a tough throw there. It's a miss. He had a guy open, cutting behind the underneath route, and just whiffs.
He has the ability to where if he's outside the pocket, he automatically is supposed to make an accurate throw, but it doesn't work.
Huh. So that's one of his superstar abilities?
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Outside the numbers. Maybe. Oh, it's outside the numbers. So if he's throwing outside the numbers, and that one was really close, the one that he just airballed, outside the numbers, he has it.
Bro, I would love outside the numbers as a superstar ability. That would be insane. Because like most of
Well,
my throws, it's either outside or on those insides. So it's if you had both. Can you imagine if you had? I don't know. That would
outside,
be really. That'd be so
I
cheesy.
don't.
Like if you got both inside the numbers and outside the numbers.
Well, Josh Rosen will be the first quarterback that I've used this season that I've used twice in a row. I've used 3 X factors. I had Ben Roethlisberger, who had like the post patterns he threw accurate balls on. Phillip Rivers, who was trash, uh, and
But then
then Kirk Cousins.
he
Better
went to New
season.
England and balled in New England. So I don't know. That's a tough debate to make, man. That's a tough one.
It really is, and the fact that he was like an 89 on my team and dropped to like an 80 when BBD got him. It shows how good of a user BBD was in making those passes.
Makes sense. We have a pretty big hit there by Hassan Reddick on the one and only Darius Geis. And Geis goes down and go ahead.
Oh, huge interception.
That is a nice pick.
That's exactly what Carolina needs to start this game off. If they can go up 14-0, Jack's chance of winning this game go down dramatically. Jack has to be able to run the football to stay competitive in this game.
And here we go. Christian McCaffrey going up the middle or out on the outside, cuts through the hole and gets about 6 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 4, from the 44-yard line.
And Jack wanted Devin Bush in the offseason, and he offered a really good trade for it. And I just couldn't. I was like, I can't give you a 91-speed linebacker, bro. Like, I can't.
Ooh, there's a big catch by DJ Moore right up the seam. His man Troy Apke was there, but he couldn't make the stop. And he gets about 30 yards on the play, putting them at the 30-yard line.
The only problem with Troy Apke was the fact that he came out at 24 years old. Jack has done a great job deving him, but there's only so much you can do with only one season.
True, very true. And he's got the X factor, so I mean that's mad respect for that. I don't know what his like one superstar ability is, because it's unlikely he'll get to that 90 overall. But he's got one superstar ability.
Yeah, I didn't look into that either. Can you pull up that either? For Troy Apke.
We got our stats man, Sean Smith. He's our like stat wizard now. He's our Google it guy. Google it. Yep. What is it?
We got Sean Smith in the chat waiting for our statistician to be good at anything. Keep scroll. Click on him.
Okay, does his gorilla help with that, or is it he doesn't do stats? The gorilla doesn't do stats.
The gorilla doesn't do stats.
Okay, gotcha. So he's more of like a protective gorilla, not really like a mathematician gorilla. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I hear that's not really in their wheelhouse.
Boom. Big play. TJ Watt. I kind of regret trading him to Jack, but I wasn't going to be able to pay him, and Jack paid well, so.
He did. That was a big pickup for Jack. You did get a decent haul for him, if I recall. It wasn't one that I was like, that was wild, but I know Jack paid for him, but sure, he's really balled in Washington.
I was surprised that Jack decided to go ahead and keep him on the roster after how much he was asking for.
Yeah, TJ Watt has been a good co-conspirator in this Redskins. Oh, what? That's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. There was a beautiful dime over 2 defenders, and it just bricks right off the guy's face mask. That'll kill you. That'll absolutely kill you.
And when it comes down to it, it doesn't show on Daddy's League that Apke has anything other than zone hawk. He doesn't show that he has any abilities.
Apke is a QB style pocket. There's a pocket. There's a tight star.
Okay, you can stop.
He's giving us the traits. He does have tight spiral. That's good. That's good. A
I
free
mean,
safety
if you
needs that, you know?
If you need a quarterback.
Troy Apke's your man. Oh, big hit stick there. Shaq Thompson on the tackle, bringing up a 1st and 10 for Washington after throwing a pick.
Jack, come out here and start running the football. Get your big fella involved in this game. Test that Carolina defense right up the gut with a dude that is great at trucking.
We're going to see it here. Going to see if he's. It looks like Jack comes out in a passing formation with the gun.
And
Kirk Cousins
there's
looking
that
to pass.
Right there. It wasn't a run, but Darius Geis definitely full-blown trucked the middle linebacker. So he knows right now if he gets into the second level, he's going to be able to get past those linebackers.
Kirk Cousins coming up on 2nd and 1.
Oh.
Hands off to Geis. Geis has a huge lane, and he's out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Looked like Brian kind of derped there. He pulled his man off. Honestly, he could have had more on that play, don't you think?
Everybody else jukes. So it wasn't like Brian made a dumbass play. You're just playing for the juke in that situation. But you got to realize the running back that you're going against. He's not going to juke here. He's going to truck you.
And he'll hit you hard. Hit you right in the mouth. And won't think twice about it.
Power right.
Oh, it's power right in the kisser. I messed that up. That's my fault.
Power right in the kisser. And Darius Geis looks like they were going to go run, but man, that's tough. That's really hard to see those Carolina defenders when they're wearing all white. It's like I don't even see him.
Oh, and then he gets his favorite target for the last
Hodges.
3 hours on a wide open break. That's great play call right there by Jack. He motioned his running back out wide. He saw what the defense was calling, and he decided that he was going to put Hodges on that little out route or that up route and scores a touchdown. Great play calling, good awareness. That was the perfect play call in that situation.
And he avoided the huge hit stick by Buda Baker. It looked like Brian got a little greedy, knew he was beat. Ooh, Christian McCaffrey taking it out.
Buda Baker is a big key in this game, too. That's one of those pickups that he got for the Cam Newton trade.
That's true.
Great receiver, great safety. He's got big hit power. Just didn't land there. And I don't know if you should probably hit stick Hodges. That's a big boy.
Oh, and he's got him on the wheel route outside. Troy Apke with the touchdown saving tackle. That's the thing. Jack loves that man coverage, and against man coverage, the wheel route will usually be there.
And that's why Jack feels so confident running man all the time. It's because he has those two safeties that have got blazing speed in the back. Right there, it kind of burns him a little bit, but typically he's going to cover it.
We got Christian McCaffrey going up the gut on 1st down. Doesn't get much, but somehow falls forward. They gave him 4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 6. I didn't really see 6 yards or 4 yards on that play, but the refs did.
I damn sure saw 10 yards on that one, though.
Yeah, what?
That's a good play call. I really attacking that middle front when they blitz like that, everybody up at the line, running right up the gut. If you get a good block, it's open. There's nobody to stop you until the safety.
And that was a good run there. Kind of slithered through the hole. Christian McCaffrey's very shifty. He's hard to bring down. But here's the power back Bell. He doesn't get much. Down to about the 7-yard line. I don't think he got anything, actually. No gain on the play.
So what Brian's going to have to do here is start IDing the down linebacker on the opposite side so he can't come
backside
across
pursuit.
like that. It sweats way too fast.
Yeah, the backside pursuit is brutal. And I've noticed that this Madden, you really got to account for the backside pursuit because it'll totally shut down a run play. If you just get a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, a hole will usually open up.
Well, and it didn't really bite me in the ass until last playoffs against the Raiders when I noticed how fast his outside linebacker was. So if you have like Montez Sweat coming around that outside, you're not ever going to get that strong side up the gut because that weak side linebacker's coming in. Have to ID that guy, especially on Jack's team. You know everybody's fast.
3rd and goal for the Panthers. Well, brings up there's a 2-minute warning. Pretty good ball game so far. Did you know?
I'm the Panthers here. I'm taking it and I'm running it, and I'm going for it on 4th down.
And you want to get a lead because you know that Jack will get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly.
He goes. It's an interesting play call there.
It's 4th and 4.
Big swat, almost intercepted by Zach Brown. He got his hands on it, but couldn't haul it in. And that'll bring up 4th and goal.
So in that situation, I feel like he should have ran that ball. Take Le'Veon Bell. You have an X factor running back. Take him and run him up the gut and see if you can get 3, maybe 4 yards and score the touchdown, and then go for it on 4th.
He also gives Jack the ball with 2 minutes to go and all 3 timeouts. So he definitely has some time to make something happen here.
Jack's offense isn't the scary part of his team. It's really – he knows what he's doing on offense, but there's nothing that you absolutely fear other than Darius Geis. But if you commit to stopping him, it makes Kirk Cousins makes the throws, and he's not going to make all of them. He's going to have inaccurate passes.
Jared, do you use the suggested play call in the offensive play calling screen? Oh, nice run. Darius Geis just going right up the seam. That was nice.
Not very often because I use a custom playbook. So there's certain situations where it just calls the same 3 plays on everything. So not very often.
Darius Geis going up.
Ooh,
there's a truck.
That's a problem. He's got Darius Geis rolling. He can't fumble now. He plays with no caution here. He literally can just run and truck everything.
And Darius Geis.
Kirk Cousins was his 13 speed. Right up the gut.
Look at that. Ooh. And he slides to avoid the tackle. Gets 8 yards on the run. Nice play call there.
We're talking like an 8.6 40 right there.
Yeah, for real. He starts his 40. The timing squad goes and gets a cup of coffee, comes back, and Kirk Cousins is still running.
Well, in those situations right there, good catch by Hodges. But when your quarterback isn't super fast, like you might not get a whole lot of yards, but it gives you a lot more time to react to somebody trying to stick you. So if you're trying to slide, you get 7 yards, you feel good about it. It doesn't make you take those chances that you have with those fast quarterbacks that results in a fumble. That's a good call, too. I knew that was coming open. Didn't like the play call there on defense. Hodges has definitely been your bugaboo.
Your bugaboo. There's an interesting word. What's define bugaboo for you? Oh, good catch.
Bugaboo. Hashtag defense destroyer.
Nice. Guys, add that to your repertoire. You got a good guy. Okay. He's your bugaboo. X Factor. Maybe that's what Madden should name the X Factors next year. It's just bugaboos.
Oh, and then it should have been picked.
Oh, a drop pick. Buddha Baker.
Buddha. That hurts. I know that feeling. That's how I exited the playoffs.
Oh, my gosh. Well, there's always next year, right? Oh, Hodges
Yeah,
again.
it's always
Hodges
that
with a
shit.
big catch over the middle on 3rd and 3. Puts him on the 3-yard line. They got
But
10 seconds.
it
Clock
ran
is
out.
rolling
He
in.
didn't call the timeout.
That's terrible. The runoff.
Oh, that is terrible clock management. I've never seen Jack do a more boneheaded move than that. That's literally the first time I've ever questioned Jack in play calling.
Dude, I love it.
Ever.
Jared is like the bad cop. He's like, nope, terrible, bad. It was like, and I'll be like, good play, guys. It's like we got this chemistry. Yeah, he's like, nope. But he gets it. He's been there, done that. Jared's seen a lot. Seen a lot of plays.
Yeah, when something boneheaded happens, I definitely know because I've made that mistake.
It's all experiential. Darius
Oh,
Geis
that-
trying to run up the middle gets stopped by the Harold Landry.
I think that's going to come and bite Jack in the ass. That is the worst clock management I've ever seen from him. And I've played with him since Madden 17.
Yeah, part of it is this year's weird with runoff, man. It's totally random, so you don't know which runoff you're going to get.
But he had 3 timeouts, right?
No, he had 0 timeouts.
Or he had 0 timeouts. Okay. Well, when I looked back up at the top, it was already switching over and it went to the second half. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah. No, he had 0 timeouts. He'd already used all his before, so he had to call no huddle.
He's got one-on-one on the outside, and X got open quick.
And he looks to pass to the out route. Good swat there. I believe that is... Oh, Trey Boston. Okay. Christian McCaffrey
That's a
on the
good
punt
tackle.
return.
Good block shed, good tackle on that. And so the same situation that Odell returns punts for Tosh, having McCaffrey back there to return punts for the Panthers, that's just another opportunity for you to mess up. If you make any mistakes, McCaffrey's taking it to the house.
Kyler Murray snaps the ball, hands off to Le'Veon Bell, and he gets popped by Troy Apke. Gain of 9. Kyler looking to pass. Almost sacked, navigating the pocket nicely and throws to an open receiver. DJ Moore on the outside.
So Montez Sweat has been really a non-factor in this game. The one person that I thought would be a saving grace for Jack's defense really hasn't done a whole lot here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's scheme or if Kyler is making checks at the line or what, but...
Well, I think Brian's doing a good job neutralizing Sweat. So he knows where he's coming from and is making sure that he kind of rolls away from it or is running right at it. You don't run away from somebody that's got that much speed because they'll catch you around the line of scrimmage.
It's true. Good call. We got Kyler Murray coming out under center. 3 receivers to the right. Looking to pass.
Great pass.
Has a man open, and McLaurin catches it. Good hands on the play. And Kyler Murray's had himself a day, throwing 9 of 11 for 123 yards and a touchdown.
Well, that 75% completion percentage over the season, like it's really translating into this playoffs.
Certainly been accurate.
And then he's got a wide open guy on that wheel route. Great play call. He caught him in a bad defense.
And the line held up too. That was what was so impressive. The blitz came, but he stood in the pocket, waited for the throw to come open, and he hit him.
So what we see here is Brian running a lot of man-beater defenses, and the line is holding up.
That's why I think Brian is one of the hardest ones.
It's second that I say the line is holding up.
Yeah. They give up a big one. Jerome
So-
Baker getting in there for a huge sack, putting him at
But if
second
I'm
and
Brian-
17 from the 20-yard line.
But if I'm Brian right now, I really don't change a whole lot. Your line has done a great job. Keep calling the man beaters. You know his people don't have the greatest zone. So it's giving you those opportunities just like that in the red zone. If you push him into zone situations, you know that Jack doesn't dev zone nearly as much as he devs man. He wants to run man. He knows his people are fast. And when he can get to the quarterback, it causes problems. The offensive line's holding up, and everything is working in Brian's favor right now.
He's going for 2 here to try and make it a 14-point lead.
I think Foster's coming on a blitz.
Yeah, I think so too. That's probably a good guess. And there's our man, TJ Watt.
I do kind of regret trading him to Jack, but there was no way I was going to pay him. And I didn't realize Roethlisberger was going to retire at that same season, so I made the trade. Sorry, XCFL. My bad.
Lincoln Fox with a flag. Jack's offense has been kind of non-existent since the big throw to Bucky Hodges earlier. He's hoping to get something going. And he has a man again, but Kirk Cousins just cannot hit these outside throws today. He's thrown 9 of 17.
So when I picked up Josh Rosen, Jack and I kind of talked about it because we basically switched quarterbacks. And he was like, Josh Rosen just misses passes. Just all the time it says inaccurate, which is true. There's a lot of times where it just says inaccurate pass. But Kirk Cousins did this same exact thing. So I think it just kind of depends on how they play throughout the season. And when the game goes on, big pass over the middle. When the game goes on, if they don't complete a couple passes early, that they just stay inaccurate.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if Kirk Cousins can kind of shake himself out of this slump. 3rd and 10. He's got an open man deep and a big swat and an interception by the Carolina Panthers. That puts them in fantastic position to try and run out the clock as much as they can. Hopefully score some more points.
Brian couldn't have asked for a better game to go on right now. His defense or his offense is killing the defense, and his defense is actually performing better than what we anticipated. Oh, and then the fumble.
Oh, and that is huge, but the tight end, Ian Thomas, picks it up. Jerome Baker on the tackle. That is a big recovery for those Panthers.
I'm probably turning on my run carry to conservative. Just to make sure that those fumbles don't happen. And Montez Sweat gets a simple sack in the game.
They've been coming heavy. They've been coming really heavy with the blitzes recently. They're trying to not give Kyler Murray the time to hit those open men down the field. And that's really how Jack's won. He's won with fast pass rush. And now Montez Sweat has entered the zone. So we might see, with him being able to pressure the quarterback while engaged with a blocker, he might try and play more conservative, more coverage rather than blitzing. But 3rd and 25. This is a huge. I mean, you don't have a play in the playbook to try and get this, other than maybe like he goes with a wheel route. He had a wheel route outside, and he went with the
one time he doesn't attack the wheel route, he definitely had it open.
He did. He was open on the outside. Sweat.
But that's exactly what you want from Carolina. You want Jack to play zone. You want to get him in that zone coverage because his corners are all about man. He knows his pass rush is good. Once you get him into that zone coverage, then he's susceptible. If
And
you let him
ironically,
stay,
it's very ironic because most of the league is the exact opposite.
yeah, exactly. He's playing exactly the opposite of like 95% of the league. But 95% of the league doesn't, or 99% of the league doesn't have Montez Sweat being able to go at 92 speed with 99 finesse moves.
And they also don't have to face DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel every single week.
That's true.
Cousins hits his man over the middle. Gain of about 8 on the play. He goes no huddle. He likes this spread look. Brings his receiver inside. Dillon. A weird little. Hodges.
Quickly the only offensive threat that you have to worry about right now. If I'm Brian, I would probably use the linebacker that's covering Hodges and make sure that he doesn't get those catches.
Bucky Hodges has been all over the field for this offense, catching 5 or 6 passes. He's had a touchdown. He's been a monster for this squad. He was a big free agent pickup, one of the only remaining free agent pickups still making an impact, because we had, I think he's really, that I can think of, the only major.
Yeah, and I was almost a dick and took him right before Jack did. Only because I knew how good he was within the last match.
Yeah, true.
I almost did it and just signed him for the rest of his life in the Steeler country, but I didn't. I should have. That's a great run
with Geis. Oh, that is nice.
That right shows that Jack's not panicking, which is a great thing. Knowing that he still has the whole fourth quarter, he still gets another play or two in this quarter. Running the football, knowing that Darius Geis is going to be the hardest person for that defense to stop. I don't like how much Jack just came out here and throw it, though. I don't like how much Jack just came and throw it.
Well, there's a big SWAT, a user SWAT, who's playing a Shaq Thompson. Like you said, you suggested that he play in user coverage, and it seems like he's definitely gotten the message.
Yeah.
He played user Harold Landry and swats the pass away.
You don't fear receivers like you did last year. You fear his tight end. The tight end is going to get matched up against the linebackers. So that's the person that you need to take care of. Other than that, you live or die by the computer AI. And it just happens to be in Carolina's favor right now.
Geis with a nice run. Gets 5 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 5 from their 23-yard line.
There's still no time or no reason for Jack. Whole fourth quarter left. You're down by 2 touchdowns. You're in the red zone. You're still in a good situation. You have to score here, though.
You do, and you need a touchdown. A field goal really doesn't help you. You'd be down by 10 or 9 points still.
Yeah, but if he would have scored that field goal on that last drive of the first half, that completely changes this game.
It does. Then he's able to have the field goal or the touchdown at his disposal. But he gets the first down, doesn't really care right now, and he's moving the ball very efficiently in this second half. Panthers come out showing blitz.
And he's using Ward. Oh, is it going to be pass interference?
It is. I think so. He got there a little early. Ron Ward.
Oh, I hate the pass interference on this game. I don't believe that was pass interference there. I think that was
you
good
use your
coverage.
DBs. You understand. You know the pain.
I thought that was great coverage.
Darius Geis. There it is. Oh, but he drops it. Darius Geis isn't really known for his hands, and he drops what would have been a pretty big gain, if not a touchdown.
He's coming back out with 3 wide on the left side.
But he's got that slot receiver.
Oh, that hurts, man. I'm on fucking Brian's side right there. I don't think that's pass interference. That sucks.
Here's a big kick that adds another point to the lead. And I honestly would have considered going for 2 in that situation, because then if you go for 2 twice, you've got a 3-point lead.
Well,
Once.
Sean said the same thing. I think that Jack has faith in his defense, and then you got a holding penalty here. So I disagree. I think Jack is like, okay, I haven't played my best defense. I still can.
Yeah,
And he's
that makes sense.
keeping at that 5-point lead.
It's a good point. Jack's definitely a confident defensive user. He trusts his defense more than most of the league does. And in a game where defense is at a premium, we'll see how he sorts it out. There's a slant route caught by DJ Moore. Man,
well, he
I
probably
can't lie,
has
bro.
the best.
I can't
He
lie.
probably
Like,
has the best. What?
I cannot lie. The A catch is one of my biggest pet peeves. I know I sound like Irek, but man, the
No.
A catch is trash, bro. Like, that to me is like, that's so soft. Like, because it's not a catch you see in real life. It's not comparable. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. Like, it on every catch, because like at least in some, like, there's a place for rack, there's a place for Y, but like that was an A catch.
Yesterday.
Hold up, that was
Nick
an A
made a great
catch
point
in traffic.
No,
That was an A. Look at that, dude. See that? No.
Dude.
Look at this animation.
No, so it's not even the most broken thing about this Madden. Agreed. Nick brought up a great point. The A catch should have penalties. It should have the fact that your receiver can't catch in certain situations. When it's too
or
far
like
out.
last Madden, the A catch in traffic sucked ass because it was basically a guaranteed pick. Because Y catch is what you would use to like kind of jump out of the pack to high point the ball. But now A catch can be used basically in traffic, in run after catch situations, anything, on the sideline. Like, it is the go-to catch mechanism in this game. And you get the nice warp animations in A catch, which you kind of used to get in rack. So it's a really,
Right.
to me, it has all the OP-ness of every single catch animation. Everything that the Y catch does, the A catch can do.
But that's not even the worst ability. The worst ability is the touch pass, because it makes the defender derp out and not
Really?
actually go for the play.
Huh.
So the touch pass and the possession catch. No, there's a reason that Roy Dixon, the Miami's tight end, has so many touchdowns. Is because he touch passes it over all the linebackers that can't make a move on it.
Do you know from experience? It sounds like you've played him before.
Well, I make fun of him, but like, why not use the most broken?
What?
That's a great fucking play. Kyler Murray spins out.
Oh my gosh,
and
he had the spy. He had it all. Like, I was like, nice, he's got him. And then Kyler says, "Nah, fam, not today," and gets a nasty, because he has the fast spin animation. He has that like super spin.
That's where it comes down to a user. Instead of just pushing right trigger to kind of like roll out, he pushed left trigger to turn into a straight runner.
That is smart.
So that he did do it very smartly. But back to the touch animation thing. The touch pass is the most broke thing in this game. If you touch pass it and call the receiver to do any kind of animation, it automatically breaks the defense.
Wow.
So,
I honestly didn't even know that. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I have tested it a couple of times. It just automatically, unless you switch and user it, it automatically breaks the defender.
That's wild then, jeez.
Don't listen to this, Tosh. Turn off now. Or 10 seconds ago. Listen to the end first.
Listen to the end credits. Just roll. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Jared's giving away all the cheatsy tricks.
I don't use touch pass very often, man. I hate the fact that you can use touch pass.
Yeah, I don't use the touch pass either. I'm more like a bullet pass. I either go bullet or lob. I really haven't used touch pass at all. That's kind of funny. So,
the only reason I figured it out was because, and what a great stop by Jack in the red zone.
it is.
Let's acknowledge that first.
But now this is going to force him to go for 2 if he wants to tie the game. So this is a big field goal. So now you've got to go for 2 in this situation. And you
But
can't
when it
win the
comes
game. You
to
can only force
Sean and
overtime.
Sean and I have played a bunch of different games against each other, and we found out that the touch pass is the only way that you can complete it over the middle, like every time. If it's
Wow.
over a linebacker, it's automatically a catch. If it's over a safety or something like that, like you bring Earl Thomas into the linebacker slot, it might not be a catch. But if it's over a linebacker, it is.
Wow. Kirk Cousins.
I
Hands
really
off
think he
outside.
runs Darius. I think he should run Darius Geis a lot of this fucking drive. He's got 3 timeouts. I think he should pop Darius Geis a couple more times.
Looks like he's trying to it looks like he's trying to get another snap before the 2-minute warning. He's got 9 seconds. We'll see if it goes through, and it does not. Clock runs off. And this is big. This is huge.
It would be the perfect time to run right here. Run to the left. It would have been the perfect time to run right there. Go ahead and call Darius Geis to run to the left. I don't know if he has it in his audibles, but that would have been the perfect time to go ahead and call it. That would have been an easy 10-yard gain.
And there's Harold Landry making a huge sack. 3rd and 16. Jack has to get a first down here, or the game is pretty much over, because then he's in field goal range. I don't know. You might punt, though. I could very well see if he doesn't get it here on 3rd and 16, I might punt and trust my defense to hold him.
What do you get? Yeah. Oh, I'd probably punt.
Yeah.
No, I would probably punt. I would have to punt. Like,
because you have all 3 timeouts. You can play defense, you know?
Yeah, 4th and 16, you've got to put that in your defense's hands. Your defense is the strongest part of your game. Like, 4th?
Me
defense.
16.
He caught it.
It's hard to see him.
That's a first down.
And he catches it. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my
That's
God.
brutal.
What a play
A
call.
catch. Oh, is that a catch? I think that's a catch. Last I checked. Interesting.
That definitely is.
It's a good, that's the only catch there, because you can't, on the sideline, it really is the only catch. Oh, my gosh. Nice throw to Bucky Hodges up the seam, and he's still got all 3 timeouts. Uses one of them here. What a play. What an offensive series for this squad.
You're keeping it 4th and 16. That's a heartbreaker right there if you're the Panthers. It's a heartbreaker. And then, whoa, he's calling an audible here. I like the run. I like the run in the beginning.
But he sees the cover 2. He's probably going to try and hit that. There it is. He's got the post route. It was there immediately.
He cannot allow that clock to run out.
He can't. He's got to know.
This half.
Oh, Geis. Dude, Geis does not go down. What a monster. Big run. I love how he uses that animation to push the lineman forward. That is nice, especially if he's a power back.
He hasn't used Geis enough in this game. And honestly, if you're going for 2, like, I might use Geis on a run. Like, you might get 2 yards out of his, like, broken tackle animation.
And Kirk Cousins coming to the line. Looking to pass. He's in the gun. He's totally spread out.
You got why?
And he's got him outside and almost catches it. That would have been an A catch from Hades if he had hauled that in.
I think I'm a little bit.
Defense plays it well. Yeah, you're a little ahead of us. Can't spoil it here on the end.
Yeah.
We got Kirk Cousins throwing, hits the seam, and he drops it again. The same man.
Great coverage. Hit at the same time that receiver was trying to catch the ball. So I'm just gonna commentate off of when you call things.
Sounds good.
Because I have a little bit in front of you.
You are, yeah. So yeah, just call. As soon as I'm done, you can add info, and we got Kirk Cousins coming to the line. It looked like a blitz, but it wasn't. And he lured him into it. That was sneaky. It was a bluffed blitz. Everybody was at the line, and he thinks he has it immediately, but he doesn't. And that was
And
almost an interception.
Jack gets caught up. I really think Jack needs to go for the first down here. You don't have to score a touchdown. Exactly. Oh, sorry,
Here it
I'm
is.
ahead of you.
And he hits it. First down on the goal line, but he's got no timeouts left. He's got to make a smart play, and he needs a 2-point conversion.
Honestly, I'm taking Darius Geis here, and I'm fucking running the football. Like, even if you don't get it, you have the spike ball animation. Oh, God. The spike ball animation.
Are we drinking now?
Oh, yeah. I was
Nice.
drinking during bracket day.
Nice. Oh,
I
nice.
started
Nice. Darius, guys, are we going to see it?
Calls an audible at the line. I don't like it. I like the run. Oh, he calls him out. Oh, he's done. He broke him. Hodges is open. Oh. Good blitz call by Brian to knock Hodges off his fucking line.
It is.
Oh. He was open, too.
And Brian calls a pause.
It's probably a good pause. He's probably trying to switch in some people on defense. It's probably what I should have done against bracket, but I started drinking that day. I gave up the whole drinking thing in December. Bracket, you got lucky. I love you. So what do you do here?
I've got guys. I say run it. I'm with you. I think you got multiple plays here. I say run it on 2nd and goal and then throw on 3rd and 4th. But I'm a throwing team. Some teams would literally run all 3 downs from here on out. But I think Brian's got the edge. You know, I think the way he's playing, I think he's playing the run first. And this team is really playing well in man. We've got he's using a lot of motion.
It was only a one route on that play call that could have got the touchdown, and he threw it.
That's true.
I'm telling you right here, I live or die by Darius Geis.
Yep.
I don't put this ball in Kirk Cousins' hands.
I'm with you there. And he's got the heavy. Oh, yeah, this is done. I got a feeling. I think it's done. Oh, he goes heavy outside. That's a little iffy by the rules because he did go a little bit sub. I don't know. That's tough.
Okay. No, that's not a little iffy by the rules. We're being real right now, right?
Yeah, we're being real.
There was no hole anywhere that Jack could have ran in there. That's not iffy by the rules. It says that if there's a hole, you have to take it. Like, there was no hole anywhere in that situation. Jack takes it outside and makes the touchdown. He looked inside, and then went outside. I think that was perfectly fine by the rules.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, it's one of those are the situations that are tough because it's, you know, he didn't, especially when the lineman, that left tackle kind of pulled back, you know, and the only space was outside, and that's for the game. Oh, big catch. Huge hit by Troy Apke.
But I think
Brian's getting close, man. He needs, if he gets a couple first downs.
He just needs like 10 more yards, and he can attempt a field goal with no time left.
That's insane. What? He keeps going man coverage, but Brian knows he's got the advantage in man.
Oh, he caught it.
He did. He had DJ Moore. That's huge. DJ Moore gets the mossed animation. Oh, that's tough, man. That's tough. And he doesn't have a timeout. He doesn't have a timeout to call and ice the kicker. Yeah, right?
Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Oh, I'm telling you, Jack doesn't have any zone coverage, and he called zone coverage one of those plays, and it just backfired. Oh, that's awful. But let's go back to the rule of running outside. Because I don't think every run outside is cheese if you bounce it out there.
No, the only
But
rule that would come into question is just the 90 degrees because every cut, as long as the cut is above 90 degrees, meaning like less than parallel to the line of scrimmage, where it's not just going directly, or worse, as long as if it's above 90 degrees, like say if he was to cut it at a angle going, we'll say like if you're looking at a clock, it would be like 8 at 8 a.m. Say if he was supposed to go at 8, that would be iffy, because he's going backwards to go out
okay,
around.
so I didn't look at that. What I looked at, so you might be right. It might have been against the rules, but I saw him look to go through one hole and another, and then went outside. You might be right. He might have cut back outside.
Well, part
I
of it too
typically
is
just run the play art,
it's tough
but
because of no, it's not just run the play. Yeah, it's part of it is tough because of the left tackle. The left tackle like kind of loses that block, so you really have no way to go except backwards around the left tackle. So it kind of sucks. It's one of those like that's why I say it's in the iffy area. I wouldn't say necessarily we review it and stuff, but it definitely yeah. So it's it's playoff football, man. Games on the line. It's tough. So we would
yeah, I get it. But hey, man, when it comes down to it, that's a second great game of the night. Um, and I told you it would have been a little more defensive than I thought it was going to be. But Montez Sweat didn't play nearly as much of a factor as I thought he was going to do in that game.
Yeah, I agree. And Kyler Murray played outstanding as well. He threw 18 for 21, didn't really miss any passes. I mean, that and Buda Baker was there on a few key plays. I really think that was a game where everybody that made an impact was somebody that he got from Arizona in the Luke Kuechly trade. So Luke Kuechly kind of really opened the door for him to get all those playmakers. So,
I
people
think
knock him for
Jack's
that
going to
trade, I
look
think.
back at that game and realize, like, I should have ran with Geis more.
Interesting. It definitely will leave something that's it's tough to watch, tough to that one it's such a tough game when you give up a huge catch, you're so proud, you're happy, you get it into the end zone, tie up the game, you're thinking, all right, let's hold them in overtime, and then in 11 seconds goes down and kicks a field goal. That's tough, man. It's tough. The what are you looking forward to before we get off? What are you looking forward to most in this Coach Brian versus versus Tosh? Yeah, it's Tosh v Brian Super Bowl. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at my phone. I was like, all right, you're talking. You should probably finish your sentence first before stopping.
Uh, so it's kind of the same thing that I was looking against VBD and Tosh is how fast can Brian's receivers get open before Miles Jack gets there. If Brian's receivers can get open before that Miles Jack sack,
Or Garrett,
then
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett, there we go, my bad. Yeah, you're right. Then I think he has a huge advantage. But if Miles Jack or Miles Garrett, my bad, God, I'm thinking about who I'm trying to trade for Grizzly.
You're subliminally reminding
Yeah,
him like, hey,
you
you need to
get
trade
it.
Miles Jack to me.
But if Miles Garrett can get to the quarterback, I don't think that Brian has much of a chance. And I said the same thing about this one, but Tosh's corners are better than what Jack's corners are. Denzel Ward's an X factor, and Greedy Williams has like 92 man coverage. So when they play certain defenses, it's going to make it a lot harder for those dominant receivers to get open. And I
Yeah,
think Tosh has better receivers against his cornerback matchups.
I'm with you there.
So
I
if
think
I
it's
had to
been.
play, I'm going to give it to Tosh.
I
And
agree.
I
I
would
think
say
that those two corners are just too good. I mean, he shuts down either one of those corners. When they shut down my receivers, man, it's brutal. I think that for him, it's going to be the matchup at tight end, and he's got Luke Kuechly who can run with the tight end. So, Brian is really going to have to pound the rock against Tosh, and if he can.
If it comes down to it, like I have 2 X Factor receivers going against his corners too, and I don't have the pass rush, so I honestly I'm going to give it to Tosh, and I'm going to say 32-20. I think Tosh's team is just that much better than what Brian has right now. I'm going to say 32-20.
It's a big call. Wow, so you're saying a 12-point spread, huh?
I think it's going to be tight until like one of the final possessions, and Tosh is going to run it over. I think it's going to be like a 5-point game, and then the final possession, Tosh is just going to take it and march it down the field and leave Brian with very few seconds left to try to come back.
Well, there you have it, guys. Our resident Tony Romo, Jared Smith, the monster, the man, the myth, the legend. Jared, and then you got little Jared, mini Sean, or mini Jared, so he'd be Big Sean? Big Sean.
No, he's not fun.
Oh, Lil Sean? All right. Lil Sean, Big Gorilla, he's got the protection.
Oh,
That was terrible, man, in chat. That was bad. All right, I'm done. All right, guys, peace. Hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you guys tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed, for the Super Bowl. Tosh and the Browns versus Brian and the Panthers. We'll see you guys then on XCFL Network.
Peace, boys.